Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Kadash. Want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Going to jump straight into it. Content creators. What is a YouTube content creator? Well, once you understand the partnership, and the requirements, what you see on your screen, the requirements to get a partnership with YouTube, 1,000 subscriber, 4,000 public watch hours, which I forgot how much it actually adds up into views, but thousands of views, right? Then you start to understand why are some, because let's just set the foundation and put this out there. Whatever we believe about YouTube, that's what we believe. But YouTube is not a requirement for salvation. I'll say it again. You do not have to have a YouTube to be saved. You do not have to have a YouTube to spread the gospel. There's many other platforms out there too, but it's just something big about the YouTube. And we already know the thing about the YouTube is that that's where the community is at. That's the most popular platform to really upload videos, and you get paid. And that's what this partnership program is about. So you could start to see the reason why you see, even like we speaking on people that's in the truth, that's pushing the truth, that's so big on YouTube, that's always having to put the catchy title, that's always having to put always have to be in some type of strife, always got to have some type of controversy going on. It's like they make their rounds, they got to talk about this camp, and they got to talk about this person, and they come back, or pretty much you could see the trend, right? So man lie, woman lie, but they say numbers don't lie, right? You could see the trends of why people are doing something they doing. Why you have to have so many videos up. You know what I mean? Just bullshit, catchy shit. Why everything has to be a problem. You always got to be exposing somebody. That's because of YouTube partnership. You have to make it to those 4,000 public watch hours, So with us in the truth, compared to like just rappers or YouTube bloggers or something, we don't get that many views compared to them at all. Nothing. You could have a famous rapper that could get 1 million views in 24 hours. Kevin Gates could upload a new video and he could get 3, 4, 5 million views in 24 hours. 6ix9ine could upload a video and he could get 30 million views in 24 hours. So even the camps and stuff and the people that spreading the truth that may be getting 5,000 views a video, maybe even 10. Some of them even got 50,000 videos, but that still is nothing, compared to some of the big dogs that's getting billions of views and stuff like that. But in order to meet these requirements, you have to make your channel catchy because you got to get the subscribers. You got to put out so many videos so your videos add up to those views, where then you could get monetized. Then when you get monetized, you could start making money off YouTube. Then it incentivizes you to continue putting up videos at a high pace because now you're getting paid, and continue strife and controversy and clickbait titles and pictures and exposing people, whatever's going to get the people to come to your channel so you can build up your subscribers and your public watch hours. That's why some of these dudes is doing it and so big without YouTube. That's why I put a video up back in the day, said don't die over the internet, don't die over YouTube. Pretty much don't get, pretty much don't lead yourself to getting put to death by the Lord because you want to be YouTube famous. If you took YouTube away today, really it's the internet in the whole, but let's just say YouTube today, a lot of strife and a lot of problems that be happening between brothers and camps and stuff will go away overnight if you just took YouTube away. Because what happens is, and I see this with a lot of guys, let's just say a brother walks up to a camp, right? And I done seen this, and I done seen videos of this, right? On the highways and byways, face to face, it's a whole different tune. It's a whole different respect. And then when they get home and they get on internet and they upload a YouTube video, now they the toughest dude in the world. Now they saying all this type of shit. Now they basically acting like they already a part of the elect. Now they basically acting like they the Lord, telling people what the Lord going to do to them or not, when they just as guilty and they could be judged for any one of their sins. And then it's like, man, damn, when we was in person, I had this situation happen to me personally where I talked to a brother, I was going down to a camp And I remember to this day, I'm always gonna remember the last words that we said to each other was, a pretty much on the line of, hope to see you on a chariot. Hope you be a part of the elect. That was the last physical words. I mean, the last words we had in person. You see what I'm saying? And then the guy got on the internet, and I'm still watching his videos and everything because the last words that we had were positive words. We went separate ways, but I'm like, okay, I don't hate the brother because we not supposed to hate each other. That's against the law, statutes, and commandments, or holding a grudge. So if something did happen, I'm not gonna hold a grudge. You see what I'm saying? So I forgave the brother for it. So I'm like, okay, I still watch the videos. I still mess with the brother. He's still a brother. You know what I mean? We just spent the last year standing on the highways and byways together. You know what I mean? We have the same Lord, all that, right? The same names. We pray to the same names, right? So I'm watching the videos, and I'm catching in the videos. He making sneak disses about me. Me, my wife, talking shit. The Lord gonna do this, bug out that. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, damn, but the last time we talked man to man, face to face, you didn't say nothing like that. You would get on a video and call me a bug out, but you won't call me a bug out in my face. You get on the video and say the Lord gonna do this and do that, but you won't say it to my face though. And you won't. So I'm like, I'm lost, like, then I had to realize, YouTube. So I went on a journey trying to see, okay, why are people doing the certain things that they do and what's the trends, right? And I found out a lot of these dudes, a lot of strife comes from YouTube being content creators and their requirements and what it takes to get paid off YouTube or just be YouTube famous. And that's why you see some of these people doing the things they're doing. It's because they really just want to be YouTube famous and they got an audience, right? And their audience make them feel like they doing the right thing. You know what I mean? You see this camp against this camp, but I go to this camp's comment board. They got a whole bunch of people putting up precepts and giving them praise. Then I go to this other camp. They got a whole bunch of people putting up precepts and giving them praise. So if it's just because, why do you follow the camp or follow the man that you follow? Why is it? Because they've been in the truth a long time? Well, it's a lot of guys that's been in the truth a long time. Why you don't honor them either? If it's just based on how long they've been in the truth. Because I had a guy tell me that. Well, he's just been in the truth for a long time. It's a lot of people. But you don't honor them, but you honor the people that you follow at your camp, right? Just because they've been in the truth a long time. Okay, so it's not because of that. Is it because they YouTube famous? It's a lot of dudes that's YouTube famous. Okay, it's because what is it because of? When you break it all the way down and you take away everything, then it comes down to, well, we just believe that, right? Or you choose to believe that, right? But you see why people got to put up such a high value of videos, right? So when I got on YouTube, I was just doing what I seen or what I was taught, and what I was saying, we got to put YouTube, we got to put videos up every day. Okay, we got to do this, we got to do that, put videos up, do this and do that. Okay, you know what I mean? Just keep putting the videos up. So even to this day, it's still some things that I have to even admit, being honest with myself, that I still do because those things that I was taught and that's the way that I was led. And then if I ask myself why I'm doing it, well then, like we already started this video off, you don't have to do this to get salvation. So why are you still doing it? Well, that's just because that's the way that I was taught to do it. That's the way that I seen to do it. But the problem comes in is when you start condemning brothers that's not doing it. I done seen people go to brothers' channel and say they ain't put up a video in a week, they fell out the truth. If you don't put up a video on YouTube in a week or 2 months or a year, that does not mean that you fell out the truth. And they go to the Bible and they try to make this, and people try to make it sound like that. We're going to the Bible, like crazy. It's crazy how people spin the narrative. But if we say yay or nay, true or false, do you have to make YouTube videos to get salvation? Well, me reading the Bible, studying the Bible, I will have to honestly answer, no, you do not. Because that's not one of the requirements for salvation. So I can't go to a brother's channel and see him not put up a video for a week or two and say he fell out the truth. Because that's not one of the requirements to even be in the truth, what we call it. But I didn't see people do that. I done seen people go to people channel and say they ain't really got a lot of views or likes or a lot of congregation. They ain't really got no movement going on. The Lord ain't dealing with them, and that's the proof that the Lord ain't dealing with them is that they ain't got a lot of YouTube views or a lot of YouTube congregation. It's crazy, but it's so easy to get those things. All you got to do is just do shit for our attention. Just like your YouTube vloggers or famous YouTubers, what are they doing? They just putting stuff up there for attention. Clickbait, catchy titles or catchy vlogs, whatever they about to do. Catchy pictures, names, titles, whatever is going to get the people to click on a video. That's what a YouTube content creator does. And you see that same thing with Brothers in the Truth. Brothers talk shit about other brothers in the truth making rap videos, but they can't stay off YouTube. If you gonna be on YouTube and YouTube is your whole life and your whole ministry, and how the hell you gonna get mad at this brother for making rap videos? It's really the same thing as content. You are a content creator. Some of these guys call themselves prophets. They are not prophets. They are content creators. Content creators. They found a niche because they can't do shit else on YouTube to get the views and the following that they got. So they found this Hebrew thing, and then they start and then they got pleased with the following that they got, the views, the likes, the comment board. That feeds them. And then they became YouTube content creators. So then it's more about protecting this group and protecting this money that this group getting more than the truth of the Lord. It's more about fuck all these other groups, fuck all these unity camps, and even trying to come together and figure something out. Because we're commanded to assemble ourselves together, to come together. But it's like group after group, because this group, I got all this money we got this money coming over here. We got our own little thing, our own little following. How we gonna team up with this group? Then they gonna take our following. That's what they scared of. This ain't for a lot of these guys. This ain't about the Lord and following the Lord. Man, these people gonna cry when the internet go down. A lot of these dudes, because now you're back to being nobody. So I got some precepts. This is James 3, verse 14. But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your heart, glory not and lie not against the truth. So it's saying, look, if you got bitter envying, if you envy your brother, but even if you got strife in your heart, glory not. Right? Because you got brothers that, well, I'm just defending the truth. But you're doing it with strife. Every video is talking about somebody, exposing somebody. It's a lie. It's an assumption. You saying this guy could be an agent, but you don't know and you don't have facts and proof for sure that he's an agent. So that's strife. That's bearing false witness. Even making the assumption, that's bearing false witness. Because if that's the case, then everybody could be an agent. You see what I'm saying? That's bearing false witness right there, right? You putting something on a brother. That's envy. That's strife. Verse 15. The wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. For where envy and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work. And that's what YouTube is in the internet. Because we know the www dot World Wide Web, and we know how it breaks down to 666, which goes back to Esau, man. Now, is the Lord in control of everything? Yes, but that's something of the wicked, the internet, man. Esau. That's his tool. Now, brothers is getting on the internet and falling in love with it. When in reality, we supposed to be doing stuff in person. We not supposed to really be so big on the internet. We supposed to be in person. It hits different. Because if Yahweh Shai is that perfect example to be like, well, was Yahweh Shai on the internet? No. Yahweh Shai was in person, right? Yahweh Shai was feeding people, literally. I mean, we supposed to follow everything he do, right? It says they went wherever the lamb went and did whatever the lamb did. And he's the perfect example. So he was feeding people. We should try feeding people. We feed people. Me personally, I know that. But some people do, some camps don't. But he was healing people. Where are y'all going around healing people? Right? I seen an elder talking about he's against unity camps because all the camps gonna come together, but then the doctrine is supposed to fall to the wayside. But you're not following the doctrine. Because if we read about the apostles' doctrine in Acts chapter 2, where they all lived together daily, not just on the weekend, it was a daily thing. And they broke bread together. And they put all their belongings in a pot. That means they sold all their goods that they had and put it in a pot, which is the same thing as a bank. Well, y'all not doing that. Your camp not. Everybody in your camp is not. I know for a fact because I was going down to a camp. Everybody wasn't selling all their goods and everything they had and putting it in one pot in the bank. So you're not following up. So even if we talk about the doctrine going to the wayside for a unity camp, wait, the Lord is going to, isn't the Lord, yay or nay, is the Lord going to form what we consider to be a unity camp? Yes, because you say that the Lord is going to take elect members from all different camps and all different walks of life and bring them together as one. That's a unity camp in our terms. Acts chapter 2, the apostles' doctrine, the 3,000 souls was converted. Wasn't that unity? You think all 3,000 souls came from the same walks of life? They came from different walks of life. Probably was a part of different groups and different things. And they all came together as one. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how this be, right? Verse 17, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure. You got to be pure, man. Your whole channel is clickbait and talking shit about some people and exposing somebody and marking a brother. You yourself could be marked by the Lord for destruction. How the hell are you going to mark somebody and you don't even know if you marked for salvation yet? You believe. Well, shit. What I would say about that is Yahweh, but Yahweh, he believed something. Was he right? I mean, I ain't saying nothing bad about those brothers, but I'll just use it as an example because it's really a good example to show you that whatever you believe that you're following your elder or your camp for, Yahweh ben Yahweh, they was bigger. They had more followers. They had more money. They was more popular, if that's what you're doing it for. They was in the truth for a very long time. And we found out that it wasn't the truth, who he said he was. That simple. So it could be the same thing for who you following, right? Because just imagine being one of the followers of Yahweh ben Yahweh and really believing all that. Some of you dudes are stuck in that same position right now and don't even know it, right? But this wisdom, it has to be pure. You see what I'm saying? Then peaceable. You know, some of these elders, we go to their channels and where's the peace at? Gentle. Ain't no gentle on there. They talking about you gonna have to fear me. Some of them just the whole channel is about exposing and clickbait and easy to be and treated. Full of mercy. Where's the mercy at? Man, it's some of these elders, they still fighting amongst each other for stuff that happened 20, 30 years ago when they was a part of One West camp. And good fruits. Where's your good fruits? Where's your mercy? Without partiality, that's a lot of partiality. They just telling partial shit. They not telling the full truth. They don't really want you to get into the details of what really happened because it sheds a bad light on them. They just want everybody to know and say what they say so they could paint a bad picture. I went through that myself. Because every time I asked the guy, okay, let's talk about it. What happened? Don't really want to talk about the details. In the video he made on me, that's one of the things they said. We don't really want to get too much in the details. Exactly. You could have pulled the messages up, but you don't want to do that because it kind of shows, you know, and then here come the lies. He was coming down here 3 months. Like, what? For 3? Because you want to paint an image. This guy just started coming down here and then this happened. You can't paint the image in my situation that, yeah, he was coming down here the whole year because it was like, then he was dedicated. He was coming for a whole year. Like, he was there. It's just you want to short. Man, you just little shit like that. Don't matter. And without hypocrisy, you can't be a hypocrite. You can't sit here and say, you can't sit here and say, hey, we got to follow. We're against unity camps because the doctrine's going to fall wayside. And then you yourself, when we go to what it calls the apostles' doctrine, which they learned that directly from the Lord in Acts chapter 2, right? You not even following that. That makes you a hypocrite. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. So righteousness, even for you, the fruit of righteousness is them that make peace. That's what a unity camp is. We got differences, but we're making peace. We're unifying. I was just saying, you don't want to be on the wrong side when all this stuff goes down. You could ride all day, you could be loyal all day, but you don't want to be on the wrong side. And that was the biggest thing with me is what side do I want to be on? I want to just be on the Lord's side, man. Proverbs 20 verse 3. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling. Why? And they do it because of, like we said, YouTube. They want to be YouTube content creators. They getting paid. Some of them. A lot of them. But it's an honor for a man to cease from strife. You got to cease from it, bro. But they can't, because then their YouTube gonna die out. If they just go and teach the truth and just teach lessons, their YouTube gonna start dying down. And they don't like that. So they gotta, okay, well, who's the next person? Let me expose him. Let me talk shit. Let me post his name. Let me expose this person, expose that person. Let me talk shit about IUIC. They gotta do that because they gotta constantly keep that strife going, because that's what keeps the algorithms. That's what get their views up. That's what get their likes up, their comments up. Verse 4. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold, therefore should he beg in the harvest and have nothing. And when the harvest come, you don't want to have nothing. You know what I mean? I got a last precept. It's crazy, man. But, we getting closer to that time where these things gonna start being exposed, man. You just want to be on the right side. Romans 1, verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. You see that a lot, especially with a lot of older guys. They want to profess themselves to be so wise. Like, they'll say things like, we got 100% truth. But it's really just a play on words, because if you ask them, do you personally got 100% truth? No. So they saying as a group they got 100% truth. Well, then anybody could say that. If you were Israelite, you could say you got 100% truth, because as a group, being the Hebrew Israelites, we got 100% truth somewhere, somehow. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a play on words. So it's like they became fools, right? Because when you say you got 100% truth, that's a stumbling block that the Lord set upon that group, which a stumbling block to stop them from growth. Because when you say you got 100% truth, how can you grow in the truth? You can't really grow in the truth anymore, because you already got 100%. So you didn't see examples of brothers saying, nah, I had a revelation, I was studying this, we were wrong, we're wrong on this with our doctrine. But they put it underneath the rug, you know what I mean? And they rebuke that brother, kick him out the camp, because it's like, well, if we change our doctrine, then that means we didn't have 100%. You see what I'm saying? So it stops your growth and it makes you a fool, because you already believe you know it all and you got it all. Then that's what makes you a fool, because you can't grow. It says, and change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image like into corruptible men, into birds and 4-foot beasts and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through their own lust of their hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between them. So I want to get straight to the point. Verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind. Some of the guys, the same that's calling brothers reprobates, they don't even know it. And that'd be the funniest thing about it. They're the actual reprobate. By following a code, following something, that you're going to see they end. It says, to those things which are not convenient, right? Doing a lot of stuff that's not convenient. A lot of stuff that's not in the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I mean? It says, being filled with all unrighteousness. And we told you the fruit of righteousness, which was peace. Right? Fornication, wickedness, covetousness. You see a lot of covetousness going on. Maliciousness, which you see a lot of that. Full of envy, you see a lot of that. Murder, debate. See, full of debate. It's always a debate. It's always a exposing somebody. It's always a this guy going off because they believe this. Okay, if they believe that, they believe it. Right? Didn't it say in Revelations 22, let the unrighteous be unrighteous? Let the just be just. Let the wicked be wicked. It's been 20 years and you've been talking about IUIC and them being wicked. When are you gonna let it go and let the unrighteous be unrighteous then? If that's how you feel about them, you still going because that's what get your views up. That's what get your likes up. That's what get everybody in the comments going. That's debate, maliceness. That's strife, and it's really envy because you really envy how big they camp is and all the followers they got. It's envy. That's why you say things like they're gonna wake up to smell the coffee. That's envy. Right in front of you. But when you're a part of it, you don't see it because I've been a part of it and I didn't see it. But I'm thankful that the Lord was able to open my eyes and I was able to see it now. You know what I mean? And there's still a lot of guys that's a part of it that got a reprobate mind and they don't even know it. They don't see it. They too blind. Because they really too scared to see it. Because they really need to humble themselves to see it. You got to humble yourself to see it. Not to man, but to the Lord to see it. Right? It says, deceit, malignity, whisperers. You know, whisperers like motherfuckers always talking shit about motherfuckers and shit. Who you see doing that when you talking about one Westers and the truth? Okay. Backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters. We the number one camp. We got a 100% truth. Is that not being proud? Is that not being a boaster? But the guys as a part of it, they'll say, no, it's not. But of course it is. It's very simple. You see, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers because they harbor a lot of hate to their brothers. That's breaking the covenant. That's a sin. Envy, holding a grudge. That's all sins. Without natural affection, no natural affection, right? Because you were part of a different camp. I'd have seen a brother. He was like kind of like an elder, and he had talked to a camp. Wi-Fi code had came up to their camp and was talking to them. He was all respectful in person, and then he got on his video talking about how the Lord was going to destroy them niggas, and these niggas is wicked and they not shit. But to face, you was all respectful. I'm like, damn, this a grown man. Like, what the fuck? This how grown men act? But then I had to realize it's that YouTube demon that has them doing that. It says, unmerciful. You know, they don't have no mercy. It's just you part of different camp. I don't like you, but y'all both Israelites. It's weird. It's weird, bro. Who knowing the judgment of God that they which committed such things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Why? Because that pleasure comes from getting those views, getting those likes, getting those comments, getting that money, becoming a content creator, becoming a YouTube partner. That's where that pleasure come in. But they are worthy of death, but they the main ones running around talking about everybody else gonna get put to death. With that, I'm gonna say salvation to the elect. Shalom.